Welcome to 100 Yards of Football this evening. This is our daily weekly video as we preview the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Baltimore Ravens. If you like the video this evening, please comment and share. I'm your host, Vincent Turner. And joining me this evening is a very talented guy. He's a renowned high school football coach in the metro Atlanta area, one of the best that's ever done it. His name is Kevin the Bull Jones. So, if you like the video today, please come in and share it. As he has our special guest this evening, as he's going to break down the Dallas Cowboys and the Baltimore Ravens, and then I'm going to follow behind them. So get ready for this magic ride because Coach Jones, he's going to be special, and you're not going to forget him this evening. So, Coach Jones, the Dallas Cowboys will be taking on the Baltimore Ravens, hopefully next Monday night, December the 7th, because we got a situation that's going on in Baltimore. They moved the Pittsburgh game from Tuesday even till Wednesday. So hopefully the Cowboys and the Ravens will play on December the 7th. But let's talk about the Cowboys. Last week I got as usual here. Kudos to him tonight. Many blessings to Bobby Butler. Yes. He'll be back next week, 12-year veteran. Atlanta Falcons, two-time All-American. We'll miss him this evening. But I know that you're going to fill in. Now, I'm going to start with the Dallas Cowboys. I'm going to put a question out there. Okay. Me and Mr. Butler thought the Cowboys had turned the corner. And I really thought that they would beat the Washington Redskins on Thanksgiving Day. But however, some things happened. They lost both of their starting offensive linemen in the first quarter. And we saw the old Cowboys. So tell me, where do you think the Cowboys go from here? And what's on the docket for the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, here's the thing that stands out to me, Vincent, and it's extremely profound. Both sides of the ball. We're talking about the Dallas offense up against the Dallas defense. Here's my experience on the defensive side of the ball. Everything in defensive side of the ball is reactionary. You're either reading or you're attacking. Okay, so the problem for the Cowboys right now is not necessarily the offense, but it's the defense. Okay, the offensive situations explain themselves, okay? Connor Williams is the only offensive lineman that has started the whole season for the Cowboys. Okay, what does that tell you? That tells you that you've got mismatch and different types of scenarios happen with four different guys in every game. Only one constant person has been Connor Williams. So with that being the case, as we all know about the injury situations and plagues at the quarterback position and everywhere else for the Cowboys, they at least know from an offensive standpoint, they know where they're going with the football, okay? But on the defensive side of the ball, here's where the problem comes together. The problem is you have various players that recently, especially on the defensive front, that have not spent a lot of time together, okay? Everybody wants to point fingers at Mike Nolan, who has been a highly decorated defensive coordinator in the NFL. But in your favorite words, however, he's had some problems with some veteran, some young guys being able to mold and gel into his system. The real problem for the Cowboys, and I'm just talking about really from the defensive standpoint, okay, because we already know about the injuries on offense. But the defensive standpoint, Vincent, has been the fact that you don't get preseason games to learn how to run fit, to learn how to get off blocks, to learn how to sit in the proper place in your coverage schemes and making adjustments on the go in your gap fronts, whether you're playing 4-2-5, 4-3, you know, or you're playing a true seven-man front when you're bringing people up in an odd man look. Those types of things have been the blitz fits have been extremely painful for the Cowboys this year. So likewise, you see people like Jalen Smith got over 100 tackles. Well, he's got over 100 tackles because the defense is just having a hard time getting things together. Trayvon Diggs has 10 PBUs, 10 pass breakups. But at the end of the day, the whole cohesiveness of the defense is not working. And when it doesn't work, you say why? Because DeMarcus Lawrence is having a great season. DeMarcus Lawrence is topping the team in sacks right now. Okay? So he's having a fantastic season. And when it's all said and done, you look at These guys are having great things happen on pass fits. But the hardest thing to do for a front seven is fit the run, because as a coordinator, you want to stop the run to make everybody pass. Well, there's the problem with the Cowboys. Their run fits have been terrible, and it comes from players not spending a lot of time playing together in a new scheme. And Vincent, that's the problem with the Cowboys right now. So yes, Gibson from the Washington team ran all over them, but there were a lot of miscues, especially when you're a pressure defense that likes to gamble a lot, and Mike Nolan does like to do that. And in situations such as this, you're going to pay for it. And likewise, the Cowboys defense has really been the Achilles heel. Now, they had some bright spots against Pittsburgh. They lost 24-19 against an undefeated Pittsburgh team. But here we have, the longer these guys play together and the more injuries that occur in the program, you have these parts of, I call it the missing pieces to the puzzle. Don't keep secrets from each other. Does the free safety talk to the strong safety in adjustments? Does the field safety talk to the field corner? I mean, that type of marriage, and that's what we call it in football talk. You know, the strong side guys play with each other. We call them married partners in that they speak the same language. And then on the weak side, those guys speak a language. The problem with the Cowboys is the language is all confused right now.
Okay. Over the last few weeks, basically, I've been kind of hard on the Cowboys, but since you came on this evening with your great knowledge and you explained it to me, I have to kind of agree with you 100% this evening that they haven't had preseason. And all the time we talk off air, you really explain that to me. When I'm a fan most of the time, and I get erratic, but now that's why I brought the best in the game, Mr. Kevin the Bull Jones. Now, let me ask you this. Why is Pittsburgh and other teams at the end of the division hadn't had the problems the Cowboys had then? I'm just asking.
It's real simple from a coaching standpoint. For me, is when you have a football staff where the head man has been in charge for so long, and he has what I call that standard operating procedure of success. They had a mode of operation that one side is for the offense, the other side is from the defense. It never changes. They know how to adapt to sudden change. They know how to make changes according to things that are happening in the game. They know how to adapt, improvise, and overcome. You have a consistent, sturdy, knowledgeable staff under Mike Tomlin. It's been together for years. They do a heck of a job recruiting, drafting guys to come in there and play that fits their 3-4 scheme. They're never going to be a 4-3 scheme. They are 4-3 on defense until the cows come home, Vincent. And they get the players and they mature and they know all the checks and balances of that defense and they play to their strengths. They don't recruit a 3 technique and try to make them a nose guard. They get a nose guard. They get the guy that they want. If they want to rush in, Vincent, they go recruit. They draft a rush in. They don't take a linebacker from the West Coast and who's been dropping in hook to curl and flat coverage and then ask him to turn around and rush off the edge. They don't do that, Vince. They do a fabulous job of continuity and consistency.
So let me get this right. More or less, me being a Cowboys fan since 1966, right. The bottom line is this. Don't be so much hard on Dallas. So that means Mike McCartney needs another year in the system under the regular circumstances then, more or less.
Well, listen, I agree totally in exactly that same point, Vincent. He needs to be able to cultivate his culture of coaching. And how can you do that when your bread and butter, your gunslinger, Dak Prescott, who had over 1,800 yards throwing with 9 touchdowns before he was injured. You have 4 offensive linemen that have been hurt at one particular point in time. And then you have an array of things that's going on that just changes every day according to the offense side of the ball. The only constant factor you had is been Ezekiel Elliott. And might I add, as much as he runs the ball well, Vincent, when he doesn't have the regular big dogs up there to give him what he wants, Coach McCarthy is in a tough situation. I say to all Cowboy fans, don't quit on him yet. You know, hey, listen, this is the time when you find out what a man is made of, a team is made of when things are going rough, when things are going bad. Okay, anybody can celebrate when everybody's talking about how about them Cowboys and they're undefeated and they're winning. But my question is, what kind of fan are you when the chips are down? They got a lot of grown men that they counted on, that Jerry Jones is counted on to help them be successful. Let's put aside all the contract talk about Dak Prescott. He's going to get his money because he's that kind of player. Okay, but we're talking about backup quarterbacks getting hurt now, and they're out for the season. So, yes, give them a chance. Let it cultivate. Is it pretty right now? No. Are we upset? Yes. Why? Because we're football fans and we wanted to look a certain way and we wanted to go out there and challenge the Pat Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs and all those things. Guess what, sports fans in Dallas? You have a new person running the program. It's still Jerry Jones' team, but you got a new guy driving the ship. Okay? Give him time. We in a COVID year, and it is just that. COVID.
Okay. So let me ask you this. Base the Cowboys 3-8 in the weakest division in the NFL. And the Dalton, who I think should not be on the center. I think Garrett Gilbert should be the quarterback. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
With all the injuries on their offensive line, the problems they have defensively. Going forward, they playing Baltimore on Monday night, who has issues because it looks like Lamar Jackson is not going to be there.
Right.
But is this Cowboys team still have a legitimate chance to make the playoffs?
Well, according to the numbers say they're only one game out of first place. I mean, nobody's doing the Carl Lewis and running a sprint all the way to the finish line to get this thing done. Nobody's doing it. So guess what, Dallas sports fans? You have a chance. There still is a chance. Now, this is what I will say. As far as the quarterback should be, the one that is the most agile and mobile in the pocket, the one who can get away from the pressure.
Garrett Gilbert.
Hey, if that's the guy, then let him play, because if you got all these injuries still going on and you've got these monsters coming off the edge from Baltimore, he's got to be able to get that ball out of his hand. Strong suggestion, quick passing game, play action, but you got to feed that guy in the back. Okay, Ezekiel Elliott needs to get it. Then after that, wait for the safety to come up and then go play action. But tell him on the play action, if your guy's not open, you better run or throw it out of bounds. That's it. So that's the guy who should be the starting quarterback, the guy that can move. Because right now they catching darts from everywhere, Vincent. And it's just sad to see because, yes, whether you're a fan of the Cowboys or not, they are still America's team, and it's really cool. Listen, there's no Batman and Robin without the Joker. You gotta have that guy that you go back and forth with, that arch rival, that nemesis. And when it's all said and done, I've always loved that fedora hat that Coach Landry wore. They brought out the shotgun and chiston and all that stuff. And my wore number 44 because I loved Robert Newhouse. He had the biggest legs on a human being ever seen that ran the football. So I thought that I was in my own mind now. I didn't look in the mirror, but in my own mind, I thought I was Robert Newhouse.
That being said, if you like the video today, please comment and share. Final words about the Cowboys going forward. Coach Bull Jones.
It's going to be tough down the stretch. Hopefully they get a chance to heal up a little more. But this is the time when they all need to Coach McCarthy, let's see if he can bring these guys together, because everybody's been throwing darts at him. Okay. The test of a man is when things are going bad. Things have been rough for the Cowboys. I hope that they have a great game against the Ravens. I hope they heal up. I hope they all find a way to find that leader, whether it's on offense or defense, to bring that team together and put together 3 phases of the game for them to be successful.
If you like the video today, please comment and share it. I'm Vincent Turner. Joining me this evening was Mr. Kevin, the Bull Jones. And please don't forget that name, because he's going to be a star in this business. As I always say before I end our videos, there's 2 ways I'm going to end it tonight. First of all, everybody knows how proud I am. I'm the only son the baby boy of Chester and Inez Turner from the 901 in Memphis, Tennessee. And since Coach Jones has gave me an uplifted spirit about being a Dallas Cowboys fan, I'm going to tell Cowboy Nation, as the great poet Marvin Gaye, let's get it on!